Now let's clear the background and set the background color. So we can do that with the help of screen dot fill, and here we are going to set the color which is black. Okay, you can choose any color. Now whatever the code we will write for drawing primitives, we will write it outside the for loop, but we will write that code inside the while loop. So we will continue from here. So let's draw some of the shapes. So let's start with rectangle. Okay, so the syntax: pygame dot draw dot rectangle, and here we are going to pass some parameters. The first parameter is the surface on which you want to draw the rectangle. Now our surface is this. We have created a display like pygame.display.setMode, and we have passed the size. This is our screen. Okay, so I'll change the name of variable. I'll keep it simple, disp. So this is the surface on which I want to draw the rectangle. So first you need to pass the surface. The second thing is you need to pass the color. So either you can pass the tuple like 0, 255, 0, or you can directly write the name of the color which you want to use. Okay, so I'm just going to write the name of the color here directly. Then you have to pass the x and y coordinates for the rectangle. Here we are going to pass the top left corner and bottom right corner coordinates. So let's pass any coordinates for now. Okay, so after setting the coordinates, then you can also pass the width. So this width parameter allows you to create a hollow rectangle. And if you don't pass this width, then the solid rectangle will be created. Okay, so we are going to create two types of rectangle. One is hollow and another one is solid rectangle. So here we are going to draw the outline of rectangle only. Okay, and the another rectangle we are going to draw is the solid one. The syntax will be same, but we will change the coordinates, as well as the last parameter, which is width, will be removed. So if you want to draw a solid rectangle, then just delete this value, and by default the width is set to 0. Okay, so when we pass the value which is greater than 0, in that case the outline of rectangle is created and it is not filled properly. Now change the values so that we get this rectangle at some other location. 160, 20, 70, 30. Okay, so in this way we have created two rectangles. One is outline rectangle and another one is solid rectangle. Now let's create another shape which is ellipse. So let's comment out ellipse. Okay, so to draw ellipse, we again have to use pygame.draw.ellipse. And in this ellipse, we have to pass the same parameter. The first one is the surface screen on which you want to draw the rectangle. That is the display. The second thing is you can set the color. So I want white color. And then you have to pass the rectangle coordinates here. Okay. So let's pass. You have to pass the 4 rectangle coordinates. Okay, so after passing the rectangle coordinates, the ellipse will be drawn accordingly. And if you want to draw a solid ellipse, you know what you have to do now. You have to just change the value of the width. If you keep the value of width greater than 0, then you will get the hollow ellipse. If you don't set any value, if your width is equal to 0, then you will get the solid ellipse. Okay. The next thing is we will draw a polygon now. To draw the polygon, we have to follow the same procedure, which is pygame.draw.polygon. And here we are going to set the value of polygon. The first is the surface. I want to draw a polygon on a display which I have created now. So the value is disp. The second thing is I need to pass the color of polygon. So I want to set red color, or you can use any other color, like for example yellow. Then you have to pass 3 or more coordinates. So polygon is basically an enclosed area. So there should be 3 or more coordinates. So polygons are triangle, hexagon, pentagon. So these are all polygons, enclosed area. So you have to pass the coordinates more than 3 or equal to 3. So I am going to draw a rectangle. So that's why I'll pass the 3 points. So you have to pass that 3 points in the square brackets in the form of a list, like 100, 100. This is the one coordinate I'm going to pass. Another is 0, 200, and third is 200, 200. Okay. And in the similar way, you can change the width size. So I will get a hollow triangle in this case. Now let's draw circle. To draw a circle, we have to use pygame dot draw dot circle, and here you need to pass the first parameter is the screen surface. So this is display. Then set the color. Instead of writing the color name, I'm going to write the color code. So let's try this color. Okay, so basically this is a tuple which is RGB format. So this is R, G and B. So you can set the values accordingly to get the color. Now another parameter you need to pass is the coordinates, the radius, and then finally you have to pass the width. Okay, so center point and radius we are going to pass.